Welcome to the Dr. Dare Show. My name is Dr. Frederick Dare. I am a therapist here in Atlanta, Georgia, and welcome to my channel. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yes, you. Subscribe, like this video, share it, and click the little bell at the bottom of the screen so that you will get updates of when I upload new content. We usually cover hot topics or mental health issues. Today is no different. Today we're asking the question, what happened to Bryson and Brayden McDaniel? And so let me give you a little background of this story. It took place in Columbia, South Carolina. Bryson and Brayden's bodies were discovered in a family car around a little after 5:30 in the parking lot of Sunshine House Early Learning Academy. I think they're on Wilson Boulevard in Blythewood. So I'm assuming all of this took place in vicinity near Columbia, South Carolina. But the two boys, I'm sending my condolences to the family. I don't know all the details of this story. They were in rear-facing car seats, and it seems like they were placed in the car around 7:30 or 8:30 a.m. that morning. But then they weren't found until a little after 5:30, so like 9-something hours they were in this car, and unfortunately they passed away. And so there's a lot of questions. I was reading different articles, and I was seeing where they said they weren't, that car was not in the parking lot of the Sunshine House Early Learning Academy for those 9 hours. It seems like the car arrived at the daycare center only around 5:30. So it seems as if someone maybe saw that the twin boys were deceased already and drove them to that parking lot in where the daycare was, because they were enrolled at that daycare is what I read. And so my question, I read this and I was like, instantly there were some questions. Where was the car before? Where did they get placed in the car? Whose car is it? I know they said it was a family car, and they didn't say whether the mom was driving or the dad was driving. I guess they're still investigating all of this, but that's my question. And then I asked another question of how could someone leave two babies in a car? And I'm not a parent, so I don't want to be judgmental on that either. So I will be providing tips on what not to do or things to help you not leave your child in the car. So the poor babies died of, according to the coroners, which is still under investigation, wasn't a solid answer, but they died of, let me find it, hypothermia. And so it says, how do you die from that? Well, you sweat and your pulse weakens. You suffer with dehydration. There's some nausea, vomiting, and headaches, and then you're having neurological dysfunctioning, and skin turns blue or pale, and then you have seizures and then organ failure. So those are some of the things that happened to these poor little boys, probably in the car. Again, the coroner is still doing the autopsy to determine the cause of death. But this is just a sad situation. I don't understand it. There's a lot of open questions. I saw questions on Facebook or social media asking, well, why didn't the daycare call if the kids didn't show up in class? But we have to think, we don't know the schedule of those kids attending that school. The articles that I read said the school had no connection, or the academy had no connection with the death because the kids weren't there. And so all of that probably is still under investigation. But this is just a horrible, horrible, hopefully it's an accident. Hopefully it wasn't an intentional thing. I don't think so. Again, my condolences are to the parents and to the family. This is horrible, and we need to pray for them. And so I wanted to not only just make this video to talk about this story, but provide tips to other parents on kind of how to never leave your child in a car alone. Number one, it says keep a stuffed animal in the car. When you put your child in the car seat, put the stuffed animal in the passenger's seat. I guess that'll give you a key. Hey, when you see that stuffed animal, remember your kid's in the back. Always check the front and back seat before you leave the vehicle. Make a habit to open the back door every time you park. Leave the diaper bag in the front passenger's seat. Again, another reminder to you that, hey, baby in the back. Place the car seat in the middle of the back seat so that you have that view in your peripheral view. You know, you kind of seeing the baby that way. Be extra alert if your routine changes. Say, for instance, you have to go a different route or you have to pick up something additional in the morning. Make sure that you're alert that baby is still in the bag. And have your child care provider call you if the baby has not been dropped off. And that's the question we don't know. We don't know if that happened. We don't know the protocol of the daycare, the academy. And then avoid phone calls. Do not get on a call, start talking to somebody, because you may pick up your keys, grab it, and get out the car and baby's still in the bag. And self-accountability, making sure the best way to avoid leaving your child in the car is to hold yourself responsible for your child's safety. Make it a point to interact with your child. Talk to your kids while you're driving. Sing nursery rhymes, whatever it takes to let you remember that they are in the back seat. So those are my tips. I got that from, I want to give them credit, the Carlson, Carlson law firm website, and it was titled Forgotten Baby Syndrome. So yes, let's make sure that we don't leave our kids in the car. This is a sad story. I send prayer and condolences and sympathy to the family. Again, I'm not here to judge. I don't know if it's an accident. It's not my place to judge that. It's be an investigator. But thank you for taking the time to watch. Check out some of my other videos and make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, and have a blessed Labor Day weekend. Bye.